You're a Jedi Knight, aren't you?
What makes you think that?
I saw your laser sword. Only Jedis carry that kind of weapon.
Perhaps I killed a Jedi and took it from him.
I don't think so. No one can kill a Jedi.
No one can kill a Jedi, well that is except other Force users and super soldiers that have betrayed their own generals. Now, of course, Anakin's childish remark that no one can kill a Jedi is obviously false, but it is very hard for a regular, everyday person to defend themselves or to kill or capture a Jedi. But of course it is not impossible, so today I would like to talk about how one would go about killing a Jedi, or I guess Sith. To give you the best odds, we are going to analyze a Jedi's physical and philosophical weaknesses in order to exploit them. So let's just begin. Let's start with your choice of weapon. Two types of weapons to avoid are any melee weapons, for the obvious factor that a Jedi has both use of the Force, which means they could very easily dispose of you that way, and they have a lightsaber, so a melee weapon is practically useless. You don't want to get too close to a Jedi. The second type to avoid is a blaster, because quite simply, Jedi can use your own blaster bolts against you by blocking them back with their lightsaber. You want to be using some sort of slug thrower, aka a gun that uses bullets that we would see in our world. Or really just any type of gun that shoots a projectile that isn't a blaster or energy based. Jedi will still be able to block these, but they won't be able to throw them back, unless they do some sort of Neo Matrix thing with the Force, but that's not really gonna happen. If you're going to have to be close range, then a shotgun type weapon would probably be the best, as a Jedi would find it hard to block all of them, especially if they're in quick succession. But if you have choice of range, I'd say mid to long range is your best bet. Unless you can catch a Jedi off guard, a sniper rifle might not be the best idea, because once they're alerted to your presence, then they've got some time to actually plan out how they're going to get you. If you miss a mid-range shot, it's not that huge of a deal because you can just continue firing, but if it's a long-range shot, then the Jedi has more time. A lot of the time, Jedi are killed because of the element of surprise, which is very tough because Jedi can sense using the Force, which means catching a Jedi off guard is incredibly difficult. We normally see the Jedi getting killed when their own soldier turns on them. For example, Order 66, or even Tup killing that Jedi in Season 6 of Clone Wars. But the Jedi aren't allowed to have attachments, because if they do, it will cloud their judgment. I would say the best way to catch a Jedi off guard, if you aren't already in their trust, is to make the Jedi feel a lot of pain and suffering. This will edge them to the dark side, which will cloud their vision. So if you're trying to hunt a Jedi, then do your research and find those emotional hits that you can get on this Jedi. Maybe if it's an apprentice or murdering some villagers on their homeworld, whatever it may be, just getting them off guard enough that they really wouldn't stand a chance because they just couldn't sense that you were coming. However, the problem would be if that you are trying to defend yourself against a Jedi. Say a Jedi is coming to arrest you and you want to kill them, it's going to be very hard to get that element of surprise. Even if you get a friend to try and sneak up behind them, that most of the time won't work. A good way you could do it if you're defending yourself would be to use some advanced technology, things like turrets and droids, to not only distract the Jedi, but also maybe to outsmart them. When in combat, it really can come down to who is the better warrior. Of course, the Jedi are aided by the Force, but if you are good enough and if you are smart enough, you could overcome that advantage. We can look to Pre-Vizsla going against Obi-Wan Kenobi or Ahsoka Tano, and he held up his own fight. Imagine if there was a lot of strategic planning, he had some Death Watch members aligned around him with snipers, and he fights the Jedi for a little bit and then just calls the snipers to kill the Jedi. All of them at once obviously would be able to kill the Jedi. So, of course, with a little help, maybe, with some smarts, you could kill a Jedi. We obviously don't see this in the movies and TV, because that would be a little cheap just to have 10 snipers surround a Jedi and kill them from afar, but it is applicable if we put it in universe. Of course, you can maximize your odds by getting weapons that shoot projectiles. I think that's the biggest point, simply because the Jedi can't block it straight back at you. And also, they're probably not used to that type of projectile, so they might not even be able to block it themselves if you can really hammer them with them. Honestly, if droids just used a really good type of projectile, the war would have been over a lot quicker. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, it's really appreciated. Down below, leave some comments as to what you think I should make next and what you thought of this video. Hit subscribe to see more videos as they come out. You will be notified. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to have a good day. By the way, my Discord link, it's in the description. Pretty cool people in my Discord. I've got my Patreon too, you should really check that out, it's pretty cool. My voice sounds weird because I'm kind of sick, so sorry about that. Have a great day.